Draymond, Janie McCauley from AP. How were you guys able to come out defensively and kind of keep those guys in check and not let them get on a roll?
Well, obviously they are the focal point of our defensive game plan. And I think we did a really good job of sticking to that game plan. You can play that same defense and they can really get it going. So we got to make sure we're locked in on the details moving forward and understanding that, Dame isn't going to have the game he had the rest of the series and neither is CJ. But we got to do whatever we can as a team to try to continue to force them to have those type of games. But overall, I thought our defense was really locked in. We had a few mistakes that we can kind of fix. And also I think we can rebound the ball a little bit better. But you're going to give up some of that when you're playing them the way we're playing them, but we can still clean it up and add a little more attention to that.
That's all right. Second row, right-hand side.
Anthony Sutter with The Athletic. Steph didn't hit more than 4 threes in any of the Rockets games. He hits 9 tonight. How much of that do you think was the way they defended him? I mean, their bigs were obviously way back.
Yeah, that's when you're guarding like that, obviously you're going to get cleaner looks. The Rockets were switching everything, so Steph got downhill quite a bit. But it's good to have Steph have a game like that, in a time that obviously we need it most. It was really big for us, and I expect him to continue to play that way.
Second row, left-hand side.
Hi, Draymond, Mindy Bach, ABC 7 Sports. We saw the bench come up big in Game 6 against Houston. Steve said this series really bodes well to play a lot more reserves. But how did you see that game kind of bleed over into this one? Because you got big games from Jordan Bell, Jonas Jerebko tonight as well.
I think, Steve told us, a couple days ago or yesterday, everybody be ready because this is a series that everyone could possibly play in. And, those guys, we've said it over and over again, they're professionals. They stay locked in. Every day I've walked into the gym, Jonas is in there shooting, waiting for his opportunity. And he's played big for us these last 2 games, and we'll need him to continue doing that moving forward. But, it was great effort by everybody who came off the bench. JB was huge. Jonas, like I said, was huge. Quinn gave us great minutes. Sean gave us great minutes. So everybody who stepped out there was ready to go. And, the series is going to get tougher and tougher. Contrary to what probably every headline will say tomorrow, we know how tough it'll be. So we need those guys to stay locked in and continue to give us what they've been giving us these last 2 games. I also think that Game 6 helped confidence-wise as well. You're talking, guys who hadn't really played the entire playoffs. So to have that Game 6 that they had against Houston, I think it boded well for us tonight.
Third row, right-hand side.
Draymond, Nick Friedel, ESPN. You guys know as well as anybody it doesn't take much to get Steph rolling. But you just mentioned Game 6. How much of what happened in the second half for him you think carried over into the way he produced tonight?
I think it had a huge impact. Just as a player, you want to keep that rolling. You try to feed off the momentum for the last game and carry it over. And he came out from the gate aggressive. And also understanding that Kevin is out and our offense is going to be even. He's going to be even more important in our offense. And he came out with that mindset, and he got it rolling from the gate.
Third row here, left-hand side.
Tony Harvey, Sacramento Observer. Draymond, Damian's from Oakland, and of course he loved his city, and probably spent a lot of time, watching games here when he was younger. What type of player is he to you, in your mind, playing in the NBA?
He's a great player. One of the best guards we got in this league. He carries a chip on his shoulder and is boded really well for him, throughout his career. He's been able to accomplish some things that great players aren't able to accomplish their entire career in, 15-year career. So, obviously a special talent. I know he's excited to be back home, playing in, this series with, this being the last year Oracle. Sure, Dame grew up not too far away from this arena. So it's a special thing for him, but that don't mean nothing to us. We got to come out and try to stop him. Which is a tall task. So we got to keep our same mindset. We're not really focused on the stories, that builds this thing up. That has nothing to do with us. It's all about what we do out there on the floor.
Third row, left-hand side.
Draymond, Paul Antunes, ESPN Brazil. Can you speak to the focus of the team these last two games? Like you always, I mean, you never want to see, a great player go down like Kevin, but it seems like you're stepping up more. Clay, Steph, you guys are really embracing the challenge.
I mean, it makes everything tougher for sure. When you lose a guy like Kevin, he's so important to everything we do on both sides of the ball. But we also know that one guy isn't going to step in and make up for what Kevin brings to this team. And so it's on everybody to step their game up a couple notches. And I think, for the last two games we've done that. We also understand, like I said before, as the series goes on, it gets tougher and tougher. So that's just got to be our mindset and our understanding moving forward. But we also will need guys to continue to step up as long as Kevin's out. And then also when he come back, continue to play with that same aggressiveness.
Second row, left-hand side.
Hi, Draymond, Mindy, once again. To see Damian Jones make his first playoff appearance, is that something that kind of sparks the team? Obviously, you're in the throes of it, but just seeing what he's been through, can that add something?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I also, as we said earlier in the year, Damian adds something to this team that we don't have, which is a lob threat. When you have a lob threat like Damian, what he does for your floor spacing is very similar to what putting a shooter on the perimeter would do for your floor space. And so, it's good to see him get back out there. We've seen him all year since the Detroit game in the weight room rehabbing or, for this entire season. And to see him get out there, and get an opportunity to play tonight was key. And, I wouldn't be shocked if, in sometime in this series he's thrown out there for some real minutes, because like I said, he adds something that we don't have. And so I'm happy for him to see. And it was kind of caught me by surprise. I saw him in the layup line. Like, oh, he looked at me like, yeah. So, it's good to have him back out there.
Last one, third row, center.
C.J. Peterson, San Francisco Examiner. Draymond, you and Jordan Bell kind of shared a moment at midcourt. I believe it was in the third quarter. You guys had a little chuckle. What was that moment about? What did you guys say to each other? And two, what do you think of Jordan's ability to kind of bounce back from maybe a turbulent season this year and kind of step back into the rotation as of late?
Once again, true professional. He's a young guy. You usually don't expect that from young guys. Young guys tend to, oh man, I'm not playing, and they sulk and they complain. I've not seen him one time sulking. I've not seen him one time complain. He stayed upbeat. He stayed in the gym working on this game, and he's gotten his opportunities the last two games to show, what he's capable of doing. And, he's given us some big minutes. That moment there in the third quarter, I honestly don't remember. Yeah, it's great to have him playing the way he's playing, though.